Hey everyone, Matthias here from Final. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about the backbone of our in-person checkout solution, the Final Station app. This native application is available for Windows, macOS, Android and iOS and is designed to handle the complexities of a modern checkout environment. We'll be highlighting how the Station app manages everything from integrating essential accessories like card readers, printers, barcode scanners, to cash flow tracking, detailed end-of-session reporting, and offline functionality. We'll also discuss its ability to handle direct updates, which gives you the ability to deploy to device without relying on an App Store update. So let's jump right in and get started. So for today's demo here, we're gonna be showing that on an iPad tablet, but just know that you can install this through any of the app stores on macOS, Windows, iOS, and Android. And also, of course, it works in a mobile format for kiosk, desktop laptops, and whatnot. Let's start by opening the app, and we're greeted with our sign-in here. We're gonna quickly sign in. And let's click open. And what you'll see here is now we're basically syncing over everything that you need. That is bills, tax rates, customer base, products, orders and everything. And we're storing it on a local database on your device. And we do that so we're able to run in offline mode if you suddenly lose internet, or in general, just to be as quick on device, so you're not really waiting for any online services to answer. You can basically click through as quick as you possibly can as a user. Now we're then setting up our device for the first time here. So it asks us what build we would like to use. And for this one, we're just gonna go with the Vision desktop, but any custom build that are assigned to your account or that you've created will be shown here. Let's click that. And now it'll show the different locations. In this test stall, we only have one, but we're gonna choose the Final Swag stall on 7B Anderson Avenue. And here it's gonna ask us to input a station name. And really this is a way for us to find out what station it is. I'm just gonna call this Matthias iPad. We're now gonna confirm and log in as a manager. It's basically now been bound to this device, meaning I'll never need to do that again. It's saved and stored, and every time I open the app again, I'm coming back to this screen here. So I'm gonna be quickly inputting my PIN code here, very secure, 4 zeros as you can see. But where we're on now is what we call our station home. And station home is really quite adaptable around your unique checkout requirements. So first off, we're able to switch between the different users over here. We can go through users and switch them if we have a lot of different users, and you'll be able to select the different user and then input their PIN in order to switch. And then we have a menu here, and this menu is defined for whatever rights you have as a user. So we have our session reports, transactions, cash drawer, and station settings. Then we can see what we're logged into, the name we've given it, that the current session is closed. Let's start by opening a session. We can log out, but if we log out, you'll see that it basically just goes back to where we were before. If we wanted to go all the way back and choose a different build or log into a different location, we would have to unbind that. We also have our chat support down here, so you're always able to get a hold of us, see the latest and greatest news and whatnot. And we find that very useful as people are just able to get quick knowledge base articles and whatnot they can find down here. Let's start by opening a session. It's going to say, because we have cache management enabled on this device, we're going to say start session, and we got to input how much do we have in our cache drawer. We're going to start with 100. We could now open the cache drawer. We can add a note saying, hey, the person who ended the session yesterday forgot to put the money in the cache drawer, or whatever you want to do, and that of course gets logged later in the session. Let's close the keyboard here and click open session. And as you see now, we're basically into the vision theme. Let's try and check out something like one of these nice mugs and a baseball cap here, and do a checkout. We have our different payment methods and whatnot. We're just going to choose cash, say they gave us $50. We're going to give a change of $24.08, and we've sold for this, meaning we're getting that into our cache drawer, which will be important for later. Great. Now let's try and go out to station home, and we've added in Vision theme a little home button here. Gonna hit proceed, and then we're back home here. Now, if I go in and click station, we'll see here that there are no sessions yet. But if I go in and I now close the session for the day, let's just say we had 25. I can't remember the exact amount, and that'll be a good little test here. It will automatically calculate if you have final pay as well, but as we didn't do anything there, there's 0. We've counted the cash until, and let's close the session. Now the store is closed, and let's go in and see our first session report. So what we have here is we have session was opened at that time. It was closed at this time by me, and opened by me and closed by me. And these are all of our different sales here. So we have our gross sales and discounts that might be subtracted, taxes that we collected through the transactions, what we started with, where we were, and we should of course have calculated that we started with 100, and then we added 25.92. And as you said, as you saw when I counted the end of session, we counted $25. Normally during a sale here, we would have had the $100 plus the $25.92 that we sold, and that would have given us the right closing amount. But this is going to be now locked, which means I can print the report, put it in the cash drawer for the manager or for the next person who opens it. As well as my manager now have a session end report inside of our hub where you're able to see it. And if we are to quickly do another session here, let's say we open with $10. We open the session. We do one sale here. We do a checkout with cash. We'll just say that they gave us $50, and the amount to be charged was actually $10.80. That's due to the taxes being added in. For those of you in Europe, this is set up in a tax exclusive environment, where many in Europe would have tax inclusive. So don't be confused if the taxes doesn't fully make sense to you. You can of course set up whatever tax settings if you're running on compound taxes, tax inclusive, tax exclusive, and multiple different rates. Final does it all on a global scale. So whatever tax setup you have, we're able to handle. Now, if we go in, there's still only that session, but let's close the other session here. We're gonna say we had $10.80 plus we started with 10 cents or $10. So let's try and do an estimated guess here and see if I hit the right amount. We're gonna close. It now says store closed here. Gonna go back, and now what we expected was actually what was there, meaning that the cash drawer is all balanced and good to go. Again, I can print all of this and follow all of my sessions here. If I click transactions, you'll see that we have no active current sessions, but we're able to see all of our different transactions, payment amounts, what was tendered, what was the change, any cash rounding if we've set that up, meaning if you're working with a lot of decimals, then we can do cash rounding up to the nearest 5 cents, 10 cents, 50 cents, whatever your country allows. We're able to support those government regulations. Next up, if we then try and just open the cash drawer one more time, we're able to say open session with $10. Let's add another 14 plus tax, so $15.12. We're just gonna say $100 here in change. That's great. Let's go back and now look at the cash drawer. What you'll see here is we carry the cash flow at any time as well. So at any time you can always go in and see what is the cash drawer balance. You can see here that we had an opening station by me at this time with 0 notes. We opened the balance with $10. Then we had a cash sale, which added $15.12 into the cash balance, which is now $25.12. You can also see here that we have the different reports from the other days where you can print the actual cash ledger reporting. And not every country have a regulation to print cash ledgers and whatnot, but as we are working a lot in Europe, where some of these are legal requirements for a checkout solution to have, we have enabled it to have, and it's overall a good thing to always be able to see. We can add and remove cash if there's anything you would want to take and remove cash for cleaning supplies and whatnot and write notes to. It would log who's the user that did it and all of those kind of things. Great. Last up, we have our station settings. And what we have here is, under general, you can see we have the iPad model, our device ID, what application version we're on. We can unbind. And this is really if you decide that, hey, I'm going to take this device and I want to change the whole build, or I want to move it to another location, I can unbind it. And then I really need to go back with a manager's password and whatnot and set up a full new binding session. We also have what we call build versions. And really what you can see here is build versions. So every time somebody does a publish build inside of our builder, they can write a little note here about what was changed in the change log. We can do rollbacks, so I can switch as quick as I want in between all of the different versions. So if my manager have updated this and I found out they have a big issue and forgot something, I can always do a rollback. Of course, there's permissions to deny people from rolling back and upgrading and whatnot. But in general, you have the ability, if your permissions allow, to go in and control that here. Inside of the builder, we're also able to force push an update. So if you have a kiosk solution or something down that line, you're able to update the stations directly from your hub and builder, meaning you don't have to go to every individual kiosk to try and do a push. Or if you, for example, just want to say, hey, this is Christmas season, I just want to update all of our kiosks or tablets to have a little bit of a different customer-facing display or whatever, you're able to directly push out to the stations there. We also have our printer settings here. I have right now a Picasso printer connected. You're able to set up some of the different things here, like paper width. You can choose what receipt. Right now it's on the standard receipt, but if you go in and design custom receipts for inside of the builder, you're able to choose whatever receipt block you want there. You can say print receipt and complete sale. So if you don't want it automatically, you can switch that off. But right now, every time a sale is completed, it will automatically print this receipt here. Again, if you have access to the builder, you're able to set up whatever action on print should happen whenever you click any button. You can also say when to open the cash drawer on every sale or never. So you know how sometimes it says ka-ching and the cash drawer pops out. That's really controlled here. If you notice that you have gotten the the paper put in wrong, or maybe your printer head is not fully aligned, you're able to nudge it to the different sides and heights. Same as if it's printing too close and you want a little more paper at the bottom or top of the receipt. So if you have one of those where you tear off the print, you might want to leave a little extra paper. Then you're able to add a little bit of padding in here, or margins, I should say. For the devices that have customer-facing displays, right now on iOS we don't have that yet, but you'll be able to select secondary displays here and then choose what customer-facing display you want to be able to run. So that's all set up here. It gotta be included in the build from the beginning in order to load that. So it takes a little more time, but for example, in Vision theme, it comes standard, and it's really up to the builder to set up however you want that to look. We also have all of the payment terminals if you're running Bluetooth devices or tap to pay. If I was on my mobile phone, you can see that in another video. It would automatically detect that you have tap to pay installed. We can discover the readers here. And if you have already set up any cloud payment terminals from any of our payment vendors or payment processors, then you're able to see them linked already here. They would show up and say, hey, this device is already connected to the station. Also, we have included a little peripheral device tester here. And what it really is if you want to scan a barcode and it doesn't seem like it's ringing up right, or it's not automatically adding the product to cart, one of the things we like to do is go in, click here, and then take your barcode scanner or NFC reader or whatever you might have and try and scan. And what you will see is that the scan outputs here, and it'll show some barcode scanners add 0 before or space or another number. Some don't, and you really are able to program your individual barcode scanner here and make sure that whatever it outputs here, is that actually the same as I've set up as the SKU of my product that I'm trying to add to cart. Very often we find that it's either the label that are not read right by the barcode scanner or printed right versus what you have inputted on your actual SKU. So it's a really good little quick test tool to just see what is it final is reading when you scan this. And most likely you can then look at the manual for the barcode scanner you've used, and then you have a series of steps inside the manual that say this is how you set up your individual barcode scanner, for example, to read the exact ID or maybe ignore the first letter or number in the barcode and so forth. So I believe that is it. Again, all of this runs in a mobile format as well. It's a little more condensed, but you basically have access to all the same tools as you saw here. So that's a glimpse into the capabilities of the final Station app. We talked about how it handles key aspects of the in-person checkout, from accessory management and reporting to offline operations and direct updates. It's a critical component for anyone looking to streamline their checkout process. We're always working to improve the Station app, and your feedback is important to us. If you have any questions or want to learn more about how Final can benefit your business, leave a comment below or visit our website. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our future updates. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.